Hi, I'm Jessie Rose, and today I'm going to help you get your house ready to sell. Now, there are tons of articles online about how to get your house ready to show and to sell. And as you might imagine, some of these things depend on the market. How much effort you really need to put into making your house perfect depends on how much competition there is. So that's why it's always a good reason to reach out to a professional realtor. But there are some rules of thumb and some things that are always going to be important no matter what. So today I'm going to talk about a couple of those. Number one is curb appeal. Curb appeal is always going to be important because first impressions are important. You want a buyer to drive into the neighborhood and see your home and feel welcomed, feel like everything looks neat and well taken care of. Number two continues with the first impression. You want your house to look and smell clean. So as a buyer is walking up, have the gutters cleaned out, have everything looking nice. When they walk in, you want it to smell clean. So you want to go ahead and clean tile and grout. When someone goes in the kitchen or the bathroom, you don't want them to look at it and see, oh, someone else showered here. You want it to look nice and clean so that they can think of themselves buying the place and this nice, clean, beautiful bathroom belonging to them. So this includes also doing a little bit of decluttering and cleaning around the house. So before the photos for the listing and before any showings, you want to declutter and depersonalize. So if you have a ton of stuff in your closet like me, there's so much stuff in there you can't even cram more in. Maybe remove some of that, make it look nice and neat, because the less clutter that you have, the bigger the space looks and the more inviting it looks for another person. So when it comes to depersonalizing, I'm a little torn. If you live next to an iconic hiking trail or a beautiful river and you have some photos on the wall of you hanging out at those places, I think it's okay to have that there because it reminds the buyer of why they might want to buy the home. But you do want to remove things that are super personal, especially if it's anything offensive. If you have a huge rebel flag in your living room, take that down. Let's take that down. Just put that away, put it in a box before photos and before any viewings. You just kind of get certain things out of there because you want people to feel a warm and inviting environment, and you want them to feel welcome when they come in and be able to think of themselves as being in this place and how does it make them feel, because buying a home is a very emotional experience. It's definitely a financial decision, one of the biggest decisions most people will ever make, but it's also an emotional one. So make it smell clean, make it look clean. You can put that work into it and you'll have a much better chance at finding a buyer. I mentioned photos, so I just want to say, make sure that you get professional photos taken of your listing. When you meet with agents and brokers and interview them, look over previous listings that they've had and look at those photos. Look online through various listings and you'll be able to see that it really does make a difference to take some amazing photos. Everyone shops online, so you want the photos on the internet to look crisp and clear and very professionally done. Last of all, you want to make a list of small fixes that you can do around the house. If you have holes in the wall, patch those. A coat of paint goes a long way to making a place look fresh and new. If there's issues with your water heater, the AC, your roof, those things are going to come up. So just do a quick run through of your home, things that you know need fixed that are going to take someone's attention. Say if the doorknob to the front door is jiggly or doesn't really work right, go ahead and tighten that up. You want to fix those things. When people drive up and they see the roof, you don't want them to automatically be thinking they haven't taken very good care of the roof. Obviously, if you're selling a fixer-upper home, then it's as is. All of this may not apply. Every situation is a little bit different. Cleaning and tidying up applies to pretty much any property, but when you get into actually fixing items, that's where you'll want to sit down with your realtor and do a price analysis. You'll want to decide in your current market, is it worth it to me to completely renovate the kitchen or to knock out that wall or potentially replace the roof if it's only got maybe a year left, or certainly if it's leaking or has any major issues. It's really hard to get financing for certain things, and if you're going to end up needing to fix them anyway over the course of the deal, you might as well deal with that stuff up front. You don't want to get into a situation where you choose not to fix it and then a buyer makes an offer, but then when they do their inspection, they say, oh, well, my offer is no longer good unless you come down several $1,000s for the roof. You want to foresee these things happening, and that's why it's so important that you have a great realtor. I'm Jessie Rose, and I'm an attorney and a licensed licensed Oregon realtor. Buying and selling real estate is a legal transaction, so having someone with legal knowledge and skills on your side is a benefit. I'll be doing videos that explore all the awesome areas of Oregon, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give me a call if you want to go look at some properties.